How's it going, folks? So another month has come and gone, and so I'll be telling you all my top picks for best albums of June 2023. But before I get into that, first disclaimer is I cover all things melodic rock, power metal, and symphonic metal, and slight variations on those genres and whatnot. So just wanted to get that out of the way. And also, I just want to let everybody know that all of the songs that I listened to in the month of June off channel that I found noteworthy for one reason or another, I've put all of those songs down in the description below, including a link that will take you directly to the official video or what have you from the band's YouTube channel or the label's channel or whatnot. Nothing that I reacted to will be down there because I did a reaction to it, so you can find that on my channel already. But I listen to a lot of stuff off channel. I try to catch everything. And so any songs that kind of made an impression on me or, I thought was solid or, wanted to share that, like I said, I heard off channel, I've listed all that in the description below. So go down, see all those songs, see if there's anything that you missed, and you can just follow the link right to the video or what have you and check out the song. The only thing I ask is this takes a lot of work. So, if you do go check out any of those songs that I've listed down there, do me a favor and in their comments section, just tell them Power Metal Ranger sent you. Spread the word. That would be super duper cool, but go have fun. I like to highlight stuff that I hear off channel that I don't do a reaction to. So, yeah, hopefully you find some cool stuff down there. Also, what I've done is I've put all of the albums that I listen to, every single one that I listened to for the month, I listed down there in the description as well. There's no links or anything like that, but you can see the band and the album title and go explore some of those albums. See if there's anything that sounds cool to you or that you missed, and check out the albums. All that, I just want everyone to know every single album that I listened to for June, every album that is a contender for the best of the month. Those were all the albums that I considered. So go have fun with that. Check that out. See what I was listening to. And one last disclaimer is, when it comes to the albums, I don't include live albums. I don't include cover albums or reissues, remasters, anything like that. EPs. Just got to be brand new full-length albums because, as you can tell, I already listened to a lot of those as it is. I would just go crazy if I had to listen to even more than that. So all of those aren't included. So it's just brand new full-length albums that I include and that I listen to. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it now. So in no particular order, these were my top 5 favorite albums of June 2023, starting with Prydain with The Gates of Aramor. I mean, this is power metal through and through. Great vocals, great melodies, great guitar riffs, a great kind of grand, epic story, going on throughout the album. Just a lot of fun. And like I said, this is power metal through and through. Really, really enjoyed this one. One last thing to say too is I don't think I got the chance to do any album thoughts for anything in June. I've just been so busy, so I've kind of started doing album thoughts again, but these are for albums that have been releasing in July. And I tend to focus on albums that I get the press digital copy of ahead of time, just out of respect for the labels and the bands who send me the material ahead of time. So I try to focus on those as opposed to just random albums, but it's just a lot. But yeah, I don't think I got to do any for June, so I do apologize for that. But anywho, Prydain definitely would have been one. All of these would have been ones that I would have wanted to do an album thoughts for, but I just didn't have the time. But anywho, moving right along. Next up, we got Stray Gods with Olympus. This is some old school, classic, kind of heavy power metal. They nail the style and the sound, and it sounds so authentic. It's heavy, great riffs, really catchy melodies, it's quite driven, and I found it to be pretty epic, and I enjoyed it a lot, especially the sound. It really kind of took me back to older, I'm talking like 80s, 90s, kind of that heavy metal, power metal style. But they do it very, very well. And they've been around for a while, obviously too. But yeah, just a really solid outing, killer album. Highly recommend it. Next up, we have Opera Magna with Of Love and Other Demons. This one here is a doozy, folks. It is epic, orchestral, symphonic power metal with a lot of classical influences in there, a lot of theatrical, kind of operatic vibes in there, just killer orchestrations, killer vocals, just epic, bombastic, and symphonic, like I said, and orchestral. The songwriting and the arrangements is done very, very well. This one here is a doozy. Long album. You definitely get bang for your buck there if you purchase this bad boy, because there's a wealth of music and songs on this thing. But yeah, it's quite epic and grand, and y'all know I'm a sucker for that orchestral symphonic power metal style when it's done really well, and it's just epic. Next up, we got Front Row Warriors with the album Wheel of Fortune. This was an interesting one here. This one really kind of took me by surprise, because it's kind of a blend. It's got a good variety on here. It's kind of a blend between, there's some songs that are more melodic rock, and then other songs that are more kind of heavy metal, power metal style. So you definitely get a lot of diversity here on this album. The vocals were quite impressive. Really, really great voice, and just solid songwriting. A lot of catchy tunes, great riffs, and again, that combination of that melodic rock with like a heavy kind of power metal style, it just worked really, really well. It's a memorable album that really caught my ear, and I enjoyed very, very much after multiple listens. So yeah, there's a lot to love there, and I just really enjoyed it. I was thoroughly impressed with this. So yeah, highly recommended. And last up, we got Glory Hammer with Return to the Kingdom of Fife. I mean, just a fun power metal album. Anyone who was worried that Glory Hammer may lose some steam or momentum after, the vocalist change and all that stuff, fear not, because it is really, really excellent. The vocals are just top notch. He does a really, really great job of carrying the torch forward for Glory Hammer, and the songwriting is great. There's a lot. This is another one. There's a lot of diversity. You get some songs that have more of like kind of an electronic, peppy kind of vibe, and then you get the more just grand, epic power metal style, and there's some real tongue-in-cheek stuff in there too, of course. And it was just really, really fun album that is put together well. And Glory Hammer has not lost any steam here. They're still chugging right along, still delivering quality, and I just enjoyed this album a lot. So there you have it, folks. Those are my top 5 picks for best albums of June 2023. I highly recommend all 5 of these, and y'all know it. Y'all know it, though, that just like the Highlander, there can be only one. So I narrowed it down to my number 1 pick for best album of June 2023, and that would have to be Prydain with The Gates of Aramor. What a killer album. So many memorable songs. It's epic. It's also got one of my favorite ballads probably of the year so far. I just loved it. And just the whole album, it's got that epic, fantastical vibe. Amazing vocals, just the range and the high notes and everything. Really great. The songwriting is excellent. It keeps moving at a great pace to where it's over. Yeah, I just want to start it over again, just go right back and go through again. And this album just really, really did my power metal heart and soul good, because it just is like the classic kind of almost 2000s era style of power metal, and it's power metal through and through, and done beautifully, and it's epic, and I just could not get enough of this album. I cannot recommend this album enough. It just phenomenal. Just a phenomenal album. So there you have it, folks. Those are my picks for the best albums of June 2023. Highly recommend you check out all of them, but specifically Prydain with the Gates of Aramor. That one just really blew me away. So yeah, that's another month, folks. And July is already, just chugging right along with some great releases already. So yeah, just more and more excellent music just keeps dropping, nonstop. We certainly are fortunate, folks, in the power and symphonic metal genres and melodic rock. And, if I have to, there was a couple melodic rock albums that really stood out to me as well for all you melodic rock fans. I highly recommend the new Boys from Heaven album, The Descendant, I believe it's called. Really solid stuff. And I also really enjoyed Sergeant Steel with Mr. Sippy. Really great. Is if you're into the melodic rock, I highly recommend you check out those two albums if you haven't already. But yeah, other than that, folks, let me know in the comments down below, what were your top picks? What were your favorite albums of June? What were you listening to? What were you really enjoying? I love hearing or seeing, what y'all were digging and loving for the month, and we can talk about it. It's always so much fun. But as always, thank you, folks, so very much for tuning in and for all of your support. I appreciate it more than you know. And yeah, that's that. That's June 2023, folks, and we're just moving right along here. But anywho, that's what I got for y'all today, and I'll catch you next time. Ranger.